Students, this is Miss Washburn. I am going to be walking you guys through how to choose your courses on TxMyZone today. We will be posting you should have already went through the PowerPoint presentation that we posted on Canvas, and at the end of the PowerPoint presentation this video is attached to show you how to register your classes. You will not get access to TxMyZone until after you have filled out your form with your classes, and then we will send you your information for logging into TxMyZone. I want to thank Victoria Couturier. She and her mom graciously allowed us to use her account as an example, and so that was very nice of them. So we're going to go through, but I won't submit for Victoria so that she can do that herself starting on Monday. So when you log in to TxMyZone, the first thing that you should see is your name up at the top, what grade you're going to be in next year, our school, and then you're going to have these 18 units. That's how many classes you're going to have to sign up for, or how many semesters. Our goal in registration is to get this 18 down to 0, okay? So that's really important. Here are your subject areas. There's a lot of different subjects. You might not necessarily choose something from each area. You guys know what you need in order to graduate, so you need to make sure you choose the right things. That's why we have the form first. It's to kind of help guide you through what you need. Now remember, Victoria, she's going to be a senior, so her classes on here will look different from our students who are going to be sophomores and juniors. So make sure that you guys are watching here, but understand that it may not be the same thing that it won't be exactly the same thing that you will see on your TxMyZone when you log in. Okay, when you log in, your subject default is going to default onto language arts, so we'll go ahead and start there. It's very important to notice that you've got your English classes here, but you've also got your yearbook classes. They consider yearbook on language arts. It is not an option. You can't do yearbook instead of doing English. English is a graduation requirement. You have to choose an English class. Now, if you want to choose yearbook as one of your electives, that's fine. You can come back to this area and choose it as an elective, but you have to choose one of the English options. So we are going to say that Victoria wants to take English 1301 and 1302, which is your dual credit English. So she's going to go ahead and add there, and it's going to get put over here into this requested courses. One thing I want you guys to remember, and I think you had to make an agreement on the form, is these are all requested courses. Especially for electives, you are not guaranteed to get these courses. We'll make sure you get the classes you need to graduate, but we cannot guarantee that you'll get certain electives. So you need to keep that in mind when you're choosing. You might not get your first choice elective. That's why they're called requested courses. Okay? Now, we're going to skip speech because Victoria already has her health and speech, and so she's good to go there. Math, we're going to pick calculus AP because that's her next math class. Now, under science, we only have chemistry, physics, and physics AP. Victoria doesn't want to take physics AP, and she's already taken these two. If you're looking for anatomy and physiology or forensic science or animal science, those are going to be all under the career tech education section. Okay, so Victoria thinks she wants to take anatomy and physiology, so she's going to click right there. Okay, and so that class goes over there. Next, we've got social studies. Because she chose dual credit English, she has to choose dual credit economics and government. You can't choose dual credit English and not choose dual credit government economics. Remember that. You have to have both of those. So she's going to click that one there. Once again, she doesn't need her health class. She doesn't need PE because she already has her PE. She doesn't want to take Spanish 3, but your Spanish 3 is right there. Now, Victoria, I know she's in band and that she's been in band the whole time that she's been in high school, so we're going to choose that as one of her electives. Now, it's under fine arts, but she is going to choose it as an elective, okay? Now, remember, look up here. We're down to 8 credits, okay? So that's something important to remember. Now, if you are a junior or a senior one of the things you need to make sure that you do before you run out of credits is you need to pick early release or late arrival. If you are girls athletics, you can choose late arrival. If you are everybody else, you can choose early release. So we're going to make sure we put that over there for Victoria. Okay. Also, something that's going to be new next year is that every student is we're moving this class up in the day. So you're going to need to check that as well, your 212. So even seniors are going to have that next year. They're going to use it as a career type class, college and career type class to work on scholarships, college applications, things like that. Okay, so now Victoria's down. She still gets early release, but she's down to 4 credits. So these remaining 4 credits are going to be electives. Okay, so Victoria, we're going to choose, Victoria wants to take medical terminology. And then she has one more class she has to pick, and she's going to pick principles of human services. Okay, so all of her classes, she's down to 0, but she's not so sure whether she's going to end up, she's only chosen 2 electives or 3 electives. It's really important down here, right here, there's alternatives for your electives. So Victoria may not get medical terminology. What would be something that she would like to take other than medical terminology? So she decides that what she would rather take besides medical terminology, she thinks she might want to take wildlife. So instead of, she can't check anymore because she's filled her units, but she can pick some alternatives, and that's when you pick the A. And her alternative, she's going to make that wildlife is going to be an alternative to medical terminology. Okay, so we add that. Now look, see that medical terminology, she has an alternative. She's also going to pick an alternative to this principles of human services, and she decides for that one that she is going to pick she's going to pick theater production because she's participated in the plays. So she decides for human services, she's going to pick, that's going to be her alternative, okay? And so there's her alternative there. So she has 2 alternatives to these elective classes, okay? Now, once you've made this unit 0 and that you've picked your alternatives to classes, then you can go over here and pick submit. We are not going to submit today because I do not want, I know these aren't all the classes that Victoria wants, so I want her to be able to do it herself. Once you click submit, it's going to have a list that shows up of what you chose, and then you're going to go ahead and log out, and then your registration is done. Some things I want to remind you of, and we'll try to get it fixed before, so it may be changed, but right now, if we don't get it fixed before you guys start doing this, deal classes, those are your exceed classes. Remember, it was called deal at the beginning of school and then they changed it. So we will try to get that changed, but if it's not, if you want to be an exceed, you need to pick deal. Also remember, if you do not have the prerequisite for a class, you cannot take it. So if you're trying to take wildlife or horticulture, if you don't have principles of ag, you can't take that class. If you're wanting to take advanced culinary arts or culinary arts, if you don't have intro to culinary, you can't take that class. So keep that in mind whenever you're choosing your courses. Make sure that you have the prerequisite because we're not going to put you in it if you don't have the right prerequisite, okay? If you make any errors or you choose the wrong thing, after you've submitted, you have to email your counselor and let them know that, hey, I picked the wrong thing. I'd rather have this than what I chose. Can you please make the changes? If you have any questions, make sure you email your counselor. We know that this is something that you usually do with us at school, but right now this is how we're going to be doing it. So do your best. Remember, you have to fill out the form that's in the PowerPoint that we uploaded to Canvas before you will get access to your TxMyZone. Once you have submitted that form, we will email you with your the website and your login information. We hope everybody has a great day.